The Veiled Sisters sent me.
So what's your name? Yullbrenna.
Ah, fresh meat!
Alright, hey everybody, Yullbrenna here with another Ability Reader gameplay video, and this time we're going to be playing Phantom Assassin. One of the fun gods in the game, just because of the mobility that you're going to be doing and a lot of the big crits that you can get off in this game. So, let's go ahead and explain when a good game for PA is, and then what PA does. So first off, what PA does, gives all your units failed pack, so they're going to have a chance to deal a critical strike, and that's based off of number of units that they travel. So, and that will reset at the beginning of each round. So you're going to be looking one for mobility spells. So definitely take a look, make sure there's a lot of mobility spells in play, and PA could be a good play. I started off here with Icarus Dive. It's providing you can see there's a few big crits, but I also don't have a lot of attack speed, so a little unfortunate. Also, really wanted to remind people, you know, the majority of you, almost 60%, maybe even 70%, aren't subscribed to my channel. Really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button. Really helps grow the channel, so I can make more content for you guys. So Spear Mars, Icarus Dive didn't really work together too well. Icarus Dive didn't really hit anybody, so maybe time to get rid of Spear Mars. We'll see. Upgrade shop. PA isn't really based off of shop level, so you know, you can stay at shop 2 and do a shop 2 strategy if you want. Not a big deal there. I see charge, 2 points of it. A charge is a spell I like, but I really like it once it gets to super. Before then, it can be a bit of a tough spell, mainly because it doesn't provide that spell immunity until super. So kind of just taking hits early. I haven't found a lot of attack speed, and I haven't found a lot of lifesteal, so that's been an issue. I do kind of want to try a shapeshift summons build, so I grab Vampiric Spirit. That may be something I'm looking for. And I'm finding more charge as well, so that is a good sign. And yeah, if I can get that super early, that would be a big bonus. I grab Fiery Souls because I do need some sort of attack speed bonus to take advantage of all these crits. And Icarus Dive helps get that movement speed bonus. So now Rubick contributing a little bit. Do need a little bit more front line to soak up that damage. So a little bit better, and let's see how it goes with the new added unit. PA is still going to get some benefit, Rubick is still going to get some benefit. You put Rubick in the back and going to have to walk completely across the arena, so we'll still get a benefit, but you still want to be looking for some movement speed. So Phantom Strike, that's a perfect spell for that. I like Swashbuckle for it too. I like Burrow Strike. There's a lot of mobility spells that are showing up finally. Took a while, but definitely some that I want to put into play here. Swashbuckle does kind of put your unit in a bit of an exposed spot, so do be careful with that. And Icarus Dive and Burrow Strike not really working well together. I doubt this will be my final build. Kind of just throwing spells on the Underlord just to get some stuns and damage. So on a winning streak after doing pretty poor. And there's Sleight of Fist. So Sleight of Fist, a great spell for a Fiery Souls build, and a great spell for PA because I'm going to be having that movement. So going well so far, finding more Sleight of Fist. And I do like the Skull Basher. I didn't really want the range. And even Underlord's contributing with that Swashbuckle. I don't have any attack modifiers on him, but because I have the PA's basic buff, that's kind of an attack modifier in and of itself. So finding a lot of damage from everybody just because of that mobility there. And I'll combo the Skull Basher with the Swashbuckle for the time being. Bench is a little crowded, but I will be getting a new unit soon, so should be a little bit better soon. So unfortunately I don't have a break, and the Bloodseeker unit does beat me. And going with a Phantom Strike build, so Morphling works out perfect for that. I just need to find an ultimate for Morphling. But for the time being, looking okay. Just trying to get some ultimates into play, especially that False Promise, so I can survive a little bit longer. This guy's bunched up, so hopefully the Sleight of Fist does a lot of good damage. Pretty tanky unit, but I do manage to take him down. So yeah, I think PA showing a lot of good strength right here. You can see I made sure there was a lot of mobility spells in play, and it's working out for me really well, especially with charge. I got it to level 6 a lot faster. That's providing a lot of good movement speed, a lot of good interruption, stun, get into their backline. And that is where PA really thrives. You're going to have a lot of people get into their backline with, you know, a lot of the movement speed. A lot of the mobility spells that you have. So Morphin's build, still a work in progress here. And there's the shapeshift that I was looking for. I'm hoping to get that to Gaben and put that on Morphling, so I'll have 2 shapeshifted units. And that'll provide a lot of good movement speed and mobility buff for my units. So probably go with Kunkka here for the shapeshift build for the time being. But I do have maybe a little bit of lack of disable here as well, so I'm relying on a lot of physical burst damage here. And I do need shapeshift to get all the way up to super for it to be really effective. Got blown up by this boomer build. You know, I have a lot of melee. You can see I'm pretty much all offensive here, and that's causing some issues for me. Pretty much don't have any heals. The save from False Promise is all I got, so definitely want to pick up some lifesteal for my Rubick at the moment. So that'll help build Fairy Soul stack as well. See if I can turn this around. One of the downsides of Sleight of Fist before it gets to super is you can see my Rubick kind of has to walk up and cast it because the cast range is fairly small. So my Rubick walks into danger and gets hit pretty easily. So getting into super definitely will be key for me here. And yeah, I definitely got to get it quickly if I want to turn things around because I'm sliding a little bit here. So switching it up, taking away Fiery Souls for the Blood Rage, and I'll already have the attack speed on Morphling with Phantom Strike, so kind of just consolidating my spells a little bit, going after too much. Doing a little bit better here, but my front line is getting exposed still a little bit here. Morphline's having a tough time dealing the damage. There's Double Edge. I'd love to get that on a charge build. And a few more spells showing up. I do want to try Swashbuckle out for the mobility, but it does leave Morphling into a pretty vulnerable position here. Let's see if we can make it work. Doing a little bit better here, and managed to stop the bleeding there. Rubick doing really well, and I have a lot of physical builds, so probably go in with the Silver Edge here for the increased attack speed and the break, since I don't have a break and there is a Bloodseeker build in there. Finding some good spells, except for Double Edge. Would have liked Double Edge instead of Flame Guard, but just picking up what I can. This Boomer build does protect against a lot of physical damage, which is most of my damage here. So he's beaten me a lot. Definitely fallen down. The shift build, he's my lowest damage unit, and it's a big risk trying to get it all the way to Super and Gaben just to buff up the Morphling. Finally find Omni Slash, definitely like that, over Shadow Dance. Again, Rubick walking up, getting a little bit into the thick of things. I would have liked Rubick to stay a little bit farther back. Sleight of Fist is causing a lot of damage, same with Swashbuckle, but just still struggling here. Definitely need to get Sleight of Fist to Super, and again, it just doesn't feel like the Kunkka is contributing a lot with its build, so I'll just put the save on in the back, or have some added damage. And then just have, at the moment, Underlord cause some problems. So switching up the build a little bit here. Really need to fix this. Let's see if that helped. A lot of magic damage that I'm going against there. Did a little bit better, but still struggling here. Had Burrow Strike level 6, so and Swashbuckle hasn't been doing much, so need to get a little bit more survivability. I have a lot of burst, but the survivability is definitely not there for me at the moment. Sold a lot of spells, so I have a lot of gold to work with. I finally get Sleight of Fist to Super. Hopefully that will be what turns this around for me with the extra range. It'll add a lot of damage for Rubick, and Rubick won't be getting into the backline. And then I'm just going to go with a little bit more disable for the Underlord up front. In last place here out of the remaining people surviving, so definitely need to turn it around. So you can see the added range. Now Rubick is doing a lot better, chilling in the back. And yeah, all my units survive on that one. So far the changes worked out, at least for that round. Let's see if we can keep this going. Just got to focus on getting those key spells. So I've been really struggling against this boomer build. I am playing a mirror of it, but I managed to do a lot better. Damage didn't show up because I was playing a mirror. But definitely looked good. Morphling and the Rubick providing a lot of good damage for me. Underlord with Spike Carapace, great, and then Icarus Dive at Super provides that spell immunity so I can get off the Black Hole, and then of course I have the Burrow Strike after, so Underlord providing a lot of crowd control for me, and the Brewmaster providing a lot of stun and backline disruption for me. There's a lot of space for this Rubick. You can see Rubick hitting pretty hard now that I've got Sleight of Fist at Super. There's a lot of movement on my Rubick. Rubick, top of the damage charts, and doing really well. Black Hole isn't one of my main damage dealers, so I'm just leaving it at 1. The duration stays the same whether it's at level 1, level 3, level 6, or level 9, so I'll just keep it at level 1 and focus on the spells that I really need to win, which is Rubick spells and Morphling spells. You can see Rubick pretty much 2-3-shotting opponents at this point with God Strength and the PA buff. So really, ever since I've gotten Sleight of Fist to Super, it's been nothing but winning right now. 2 solid Gabens here. Icarus Dive will be providing a lot more stuns, and then with Gaben Strength, I'll be throwing out that Stormhammer after I deal damage. So more stuns, more damage. Looking good on a winning streak going into the top 4. Struggling with this guy, but hopefully the spell immunity with God Strength and a lot of these stuns. I stunned his Jakiro, which caused a lot of problems for me, and did really well. A lot of attack damage, which is good for my Morphling and all my other units. I kind of want a little bit more survivability, which was what my issue was in the beginning. So I'll get the Satanic here, and I'll put that Silver Edge on one of my frontline units. Even Phantom Strike, so some good damage there. Then the top 3 here, so on a winning streak, sometimes this is a good time to check the backline, or check your opponents and see what they're doing. The Stormhammer plus the Sleight of Fist, his illusions really don't matter a lot to me at all. So that was an easy takedown. Fortunately against a mirror there, so it looks like I'm going to be playing Jimoy next. Like I said, when you're getting to the top 4, top 3, pretty much going to know who you're going to be playing against. And so definitely always check the backline here. Our Brewmaster hopefully charging the Jakiro. That Blade Mail is seriously hurting. But the Satanic was the perfect counter to that Blade Mail. So huge win there. That was really tight. The Blade Mail probably would have killed me if I didn't have that Satanic. It was a great counter. And yeah, on to the top 2. So taking a look, he's got a lot of physical damage, he's got the illusion build. Sleight of Fist should counter a lot of that. And same with Brewmaster. He's bunching up here, it looks like, which actually works out really well for Sleight of Fist, really well for my Omni Slash. So I'm going to keep it how it is and see what happens here. Yeah. Icarus Dive plus Omni Slash, that was a big mistake by him. I think he's trying to share the damage, but there's just too much damage right now. This is his tanky Centaur unit, but I'm constantly stunning him and pull out the win. Yeah. The Icarus Dive, the Spiked Carapace, he's getting stunned. Now I've got Sleight of Fist to Gaben, so that's going to be causing stuns too. So got a lot of stun, a lot of disable on my team, and just got Omni Slash to Gaben. So it's going to be a lot of damage going around. Let's see if we can pull this out, close it out, get the win. They are not really moving here. Looks like they were trying to level up. I don't think a Feral Impulse is going to do much. Let's see if I can stun him again and close this one out. Yeah, the burst damage is too much. Omni Slash Gaben on a PA build. You can see the strength here. Rubick with Sleight of Fist. Too much damage for my opponent. And yeah, it's a great game showcasing the strengths of PA when mobility spells are in play. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.